Okay, good morning, good morning, good morning. Of course, it is 9:04 and happy Monday. It's a beautiful day. I hope that you enjoyed your sleep, got plenty of rest from that nice storm that we had last night. So I'm just going to give it a couple of minutes so those who are trying to log on now can be able to do so. But again, if you're coming on now, good morning. If you have any questions, um, please feel free to go ahead and donate your comments into the live chat box. So I'm just going to give it again a couple more minutes so I can allow other individuals to get on who are up. But good morning. Hope that you're having a great Monday. While those individuals are logging on, if you could please ensure that you have Google Classroom up so you can access the assignments that I will be performing the overview on. All right. So in the next 57 seconds, that's when I'll go ahead and I'll begin the overview. If you're just joining us, please, first of all, good morning, and please join, get on Google Classroom so you can be able to refer to the documents that I've uploaded this morning. All right, we'll begin in the next 20 seconds. If you're just joining, please have the documents on Google Classroom uploaded. And again, if you have any questions while this is going live, please feel free to add it within the live chat, and I'll do my best to respond to them. Okay? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and begin. Good morning. So basically, our objective, excuse me, for this morning is that for this week, actually, students will draft, peer review, finalize, and discuss their own original 3 poems or their own original narrative in Cafe Zoom. However, we're not going to do it via Cafe Zoom because I want to ensure that everyone has leniency within their schedule and the flexibility. So we'll end up doing it on Flipgrid. And I'll explain to you how we're going to do that in a few. But first, if you could please open up the document on Google Classroom called the Peer Writing Buddy Assignment. Please click on that for me, and I will go ahead and review. Excuse me, throat is a little dry. It's early. All right, the directions. So the first thing that you need to do is open the Peer Buddy spreadsheet and click on your grade tab to discover who your writing buddy is. You can find the Peer Buddy spreadsheet attached to this assignment. Okay, so if you go back to the assignment, you'll see the Peer Buddy spreadsheet, and I see a lot of you all are joining me now. Awesome. Now, the way that I did your Peer Buddies for this activity, I went ahead and I intermixed the pathways since I've been combining classes for each grade. So I intermixed the hospitality pathway with HIM. All right. Of course, HIM is larger than hospitality. So some of those individuals ended up being paired, just a few, with themselves. Okay. But a way to identify who your partner is, for example, number 2 is Jordan A, and his peer writing buddy is Courtney A. Now let's say that Jordan A does not have Courtney A's email, or he's not able to find that once he types in Courtney A's name, her full name, of course, then he would email me and vice versa. Okay, so that's your peer writing buddy. All right, so now go back to the actual directions on the document. Now, number 2, open the Parlay Roundtable assignment from last week. I went ahead and I opened up the same link. The Parlay assignment should be open live now. I'm just going to double check to ensure that it's live. And it is. So you all did a tremendous job with your poems and your personal narratives. And I'm just extremely content that you all feel as if this class is a safe space for you all to express yourself. It was very therapeutic for, I'm sure, not only you all, but me as well. So I thank you for that. So back to the directions. After you open the Parlay Roundtable assignment from last week, I want for you to go back and reply back to the comments that you received on your post. A lot of you all received numerous feedback, whether it's from me or your other peers. And I want for you to just go ahead and reply back whatever is necessary to those individuals. Or you can even acknowledge those individuals by clicking the two hands. That illustrates that you like that comment, okay? And of course, keep it professional. Then you will find your peer buddies' poems or narrative, okay? So for example, I'm gonna pretend to be Jordan A and look for Courtney A's poem. So I'm gonna go ahead on here. And a quick way for me to do that is just to look on the right side. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you should be able to see a list of those students who participated, okay? If you don't see that list, all you have to do is click Command F and then you type in that person's name and hit enter and it will find that name for you, okay? That's if you have a MacBook. If you have a PC, I believe you're gonna hit Control F. You should be able to do the same thing to find that person's name versus scrolling. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I see Courtney A. I'm gonna pretend I'm Jordan A, her partner, and I'm gonna click on her actual poems, okay? And I see that she has 3 poems. So what I'll do is I'll highlight, okay? I'll copy and paste that poem to the document that I gave you beneath the directions. So that's what you'll do. You'll go ahead beneath the directions, you'll copy and paste the poem there. All right. Next, after that, you're going to use and complete the peer editing checklist while editing, okay? Because that's the activity, the goal. We performed our rough drafts when you actually created your poem, and we semi-reviewed each other's poem by issuing each other feedback. So now we're doing the editing process and the review part again, okay? And so let me explain how we're going to do that. So, let me check my chat, the live chat. Let me know if I'm going too fast because I know that can be a problem with me. So please feel free to say, can you please slow down? Okay. So I'm going to try to do my best to slow down because I know me. All right. So now, after you've copied and pasted your peer buddy's poems or narratives, in Jordan A's case, Courtney A had poems. So he's going to post her 3 poems now. I want for you to use and complete the peer editing checklist while editing. So that's when I'll go back to my attachments on file. And you will see, if you click on the editing checklist.pdf, this is the checklist that I'm referring to. I need for you to click the 3 dots in the upper right-hand corner, and it'll say open a new window. Okay, and it should be loading the checklist again, and you'll see the PDF. Now I want for you to go ahead and click download. Okay, the way that you click download is in the upper right-hand corner, you'll see an arrow going down with a bracket underneath. That is the download icon. If you click that, you'll be able to download this checklist. Then you should see the download at the bottom. Okay, hold on. My apologies. Rough run. Okay, so let me backtrack. Once you click the download icon, it's going to give you the option of what to save this as. Keep it as checklist, but make sure where you're saving it at is the desktop. So I'm going to go back and do that again. So I'm going to hit the download icon, and then I should note where it says save as. I'm just going to leave it as editing checklist, or you can name it something else where you can, be organized as long as you have checklist there. And I'm going to ensure that it's located on my desktop so I have access to it. And I'm going to ensure that the format is still a PDF document. I'm going to click save. After that, I'm going to go ahead and go to my desktop, and I should see that file. I'm going to double click on it, and it's going to open up Adobe Reader so I can type in my feedback, my response, to add a check mark as I'm going through editing my peers' work. Okay? Again, you need to ensure that you have an Adobe Reader. If you want to print this out and handwrite it, as long as it's legible, that's fine as well. I have not opened it up with Google Docs. I'm not sure if it's compatible or not. You can try that out as well. But I do know for sure if you download the file and you open it up, you should have Adobe Reader. You're able to fill in the checklist. All right, moving forward for the sake of time. So you're going to end up using this checklist. I'm not going to read it because I know you're able to read as you go through your partner's document. While you're going through your partner's document, implement red markings for grammar or punctuation corrections. So let's say that one of your peers has a narrative, but within their narrative, they're having some unintentional capitalization issues. I need for you to go back and capitalize the letter and make sure that it's highlighted within red. Now for poetry, it's going to be different because in everyone's poem, poetry gives you, there's no like concrete rules for grammar in poetry, okay? However, if you want to make a suggestion, you can go ahead and rearrange their punctuation or their capitalization, okay? So you can have fun with it in a way that you feel will benefit your partner, all right? So moving forward, you're going to annotate your suggestions and feedback via the comment box button. So basically, what you're going to do is the same way that you annotated How to Be Colored Me, you should be able to annotate their poem and issue your feedback on the document. So you don't have to go back and write the comment and suggestions on the actual checklist. I could just see your check marks unless you want to, but that would be redundant. But I need for you to definitely add your comments and suggestions on the actual document because that way your partner can see it and I can see it and we all have access to it. Okay, again, write your comments and suggestions by clicking the comment box. You do not have to copy them or rewrite them on the actual checklist. I just need to ensure that you complete the checklist by clicking the check mark, notifying me that you've done it. So once you finish that piece, well, let me backtrack. So then going back to the directions, after you finish that checklist, go back and look at the link attached for, if there's a punctuation checklist, and it will go ahead and take you through how to check your punctuation and grammar. That checklist is not one where you can check off what you're doing. That's just something that you're having on the side and you're going through at the same time. Okay, so make sure you check the grammar of your peer buddy. Next, after that, ensure that you share your Google Doc with your peer buddy. In order to do that, you'll see in the upper right-hand corner the share button. Hit the share button, and you'll be able to type in that person's email and share it with them. If you do not have that person's email, I will send it to you. That way you have access to it. Okay? Once you're done with that, ensure that on the PDF file that you filled in with the editing checklist, that you go ahead, you save it, and you attach it to your work. Okay, that way I can see that you actually went through the checklist. That's the evidence. And then, last but not least, you need to ensure that you hit the turn in button once completed. All right, that way we can ensure that we went through the entire editing process. So, quick gist. So ensure that you look at the spreadsheet, you see your partners, the person whose name is beside your name, okay? The person 9 times out of 10 is going to be from someone from HIM or the opposite strand that you're in, hospitality, okay? Then I need for you to copy and paste the instructions. Copy and paste their poems or narratives, okay, on the actual Google document, all right? Once you've done that, I need for you to follow through the rest of the instructions as required, okay? Now, Ms. Winters, what if that person does not have a poem uploaded or a narrative uploaded? No worries. Send me an email and we'll discuss how we'll deal with that matter, all right? And then you can go ahead and move on to your other assignment until you get an answer from me upon that matter. But I'll respond quickly, of course. But send me an email if that person has not uploaded their narrative or their poems for that assignment. All right, do I have any questions, comments, or concerns for that assignment? If so, feel free to write it in the live chat. So then moving forward, your second assignment for this week is called Cafe Harlem. Please click on Cafe Harlem, okay? And you'll notice in the instructions, it says, please follow the directions on Flipgrid. Audio and video recordings are both acceptable. Use school emails only for access. So you'll go ahead, you'll click on the link. Okay. Once you click on the link, click on log in with Google. Okay. Choose your school account. It will then say login successful, and it will take you to the actual assignment. Now, you should be on the topic that says 5-4 Cafe Harlem and in brackets 11th, because I'm going to have several other grades on there as well, okay, for your assignment. So for your assignment, it says you have now undergone the entire writing process. So after you finish the peer buddy activity, that's when you come to this assignment. Welcome to Cafe Harlem, where we will hear your performance of your poems or narrative. Okay? You have been allotted 10 minutes only. You are not expected to use all the 10 minutes. So let's say that you went over your narrative or your poem, you performed it, but it's not exactly 10 minutes. No worries. I'm giving you 10 minutes because I want you to have an open window for your performance. Okay? You may either perform via one of the following audio or video recording options below. Okay? Only one. Okay? So number one, you can create a song via GarageBand. This is an Apple application since majority of y'all have MacBooks. Excuse me. This app allows you to produce a beat and sing or rap over it. Okay? And then you can upload the song here. So you can either do an actual performance or where you're doing the rap or the sing or whatnot, or you can upload the audio of it. Okay? You're not required to be in it. Okay? All right, but you are required to upload it here, however way you're going to add it. Okay? Or two, perform a spoken word performance. Upload the spoken word performance here. So the spoken word performance is basically you going over the poem, preferably memorized if you can, okay? But you're performing the poem without instrumentals or whatnot. It's like slam poetry, like you're performing in front of an audience and you're adjusting your tone and you're giving like improv actions, and it's kind of like you're acting and performing improv at the same time while doing your poetry. Okay, you can either feature yourself doing that in the physical on video, or you can just do like it would then be like a podcast if you do the audio recording. But of course, we would need to hear fluctuation within your voice and things of that nature, whatever you're comfortable with. Okay, then. Or number three, oh yeah, so before I get to that, then you upload your spoken word performance there. Number three, use TikTok to present your poems or narrative. Merge together multiple TikToks into one via a movie creation application or YouTube, and then you upload the TikTok, YouTube, or movie creation here, okay? So basically TikTok, I believe you have a short amount of time, but there's a lot of things. I know Janae, I have to shout her out. She did a great job with TikTok for one of her assignments. But you can take those TikTok applications and figure out a way to merge them in to highlight your performance if you want. Okay. If you have a better idea on how to do that, please let me know because I'm new to TikTok. Okay. And then option number 4, create a movie that incorporates a storyboard and a voiceover of your poems or narrative and upload it here. So a storyboard, which we have done in class, is basically like it's a collage of pictures that tell a story, okay? Sometimes they're drawings, sometimes they're illustrations or photos that tell a story, okay? So you can be as creative as you want, and you can feature your voiceover of your poems or your narratives. So you can do that. Or you can create I said meme. I'm not a meme. It should be mime. I'm going to go back and correct that. You can create a, excuse me, a mime performance. And, excuse me, basically, a mime is like an antique performance where these people usually have their faces painted, but they don't say anything. They just reenact what's going on and how they express themselves. Now, I'm not requiring you to paint your face because, number one, I don't want us to touch any borderlines in regards to cultural appropriation or anyone to get themselves in trouble, which I don't believe so, but to avoid that. But that's on, but yeah, I'm not requiring that. But basically, you're reenacting your poem silently, and then we can have the voiceover as you're performing the mime performance. And I'll go ahead and I'll provide like an example of what a mime performance looks like with a voiceover. Okay, or you can do that. So it's not a meme performance, it's a mime performance. I will go back and correct that. My apologies. Okay. So yes. So it says you may use voice changes that are clear and sound effects. 10% extra credit will be added to those who conduct their performance in Harlem Renaissance attire. And I can show you some uploads, and you can Google Harlem Renaissance attire. Now, of course, you can't wear anything that violates the student code of conduct, okay? But you can dress up, ladies, and put your makeup on, or fellas, you can put a hat on. I'm not asking you to go shopping. This is optional, okay? If you want to go ahead and perform that performance in that attire, because again, our theme was the Harlem Renaissance for this quarter. So let's say that what if you had 100 on this assignment? The 10% added can go on a different assignment that you didn't score 100 on. Okay, so the choice is yours. And that's it. I'm going to ensure that I correct that typo for it's not meme, it's mime or mime performance. Okay, I'll correct that. And if you have any questions, I'll just stay on here for the next 2 minutes, next 2 to 3 minutes. Please write it down now in the actual live performance box. Okay, so while you all are doing that, if you're doing that, again, the Flipgrid is just an application for you to upload your performance on. It can be an audio or video performance. You're not required to have your face on there, okay? You're not required for that. You won't get any points deducted because you haven't done so, all right? You're able to do that. You can use a voice changer if you want. However, the voice changer, if I can't hear it, it's going to impact your grade. I will give you all a rubric so you can assure what to hit. As always, I'll either develop one or I will find one that's reasonable to complement this assignment. And yes. So, all right. I don't see any questions or comments. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready to log off. If you have any other questions, comments, or concerns, you can contact me during my virtual office hours, or you can call me after the virtual office hours. All right. Thank you and have a beautiful day.